Hello, my name is Sparky, and we're getting back to Link's Awakening 100%. This might end up being a little bit of a short episode, because there's not a lot of collecting left to do, since we did most of that in the last time. But we've still got a few things to get, including, finally, finishing up the trade sequence this episode. See that mermaid statue right there? That's our destination. But we couldn't get to it before because we didn't have the hook shot. I believe when we talked to Mr. Alligator Artist over here in Animal Village that he says that was his work of art, but it's not quite finished yet. And, well, I guess since we have a mermaid scale now, we can finish it for him. Hook shot. And voila! You put the missing scale in the mermaid statue. It moves aside, a secret staircase is revealed, and we can... Well, that was strange. Well, that was still strange. We get our prize for this game's trading sequence, the magnifying lens. This will reveal many things you couldn't see before. Maybe like whatever was attacking us in this room? Indeed. Hit detection. Now that we have the magnifying lens, we can actually grab a few things we couldn't before. Because, well, they were invisible. The first thing of which is over in Animal Village. First thing of which, not wish. As good as I get at commentary and talking, I still find ways to butcher the English language by stumbling over my words constantly. I am good at talking. Hey you, we finished your statue. What are you looking at with that magnifying lens? Stop it at once! Well, gee, fine. Wonder if it belongs to him. What are you doing here? A new broom, superb! Okay. Remember this empty house? Turns out it's not empty. Hey, you can see me? You must have a magnifying glass. I'm not a troublemaker. I just want to live in peace. And it's photo time. Hi there, it's me, the photographer. You can say this Zora is in this house. I have to take a picture. I'll call it I Found Zora. And we're all buddy-buddy with our good Zora pal. And, just a word of warning, even though he's a friendly Zora, you can still accidentally kill him, so try to avoid that. We actually have something else we can grab as well. Hey, Marin. Still singing away, huh? Although, we didn't need the magnifying lens for this, we needed the hook shot. There's a piece of heart up in this cave, if you can recall. Gonna need to jump. Yeah, sure, why not? Screw you, Hard Hat Beetle. Now, what the game wants you to do here is to take that secret path back there and walk around and throw a bomb over the wall there to blow up that rock. But we've got a secret weapon. Behold, a practical use for the bomb arrows. If I can fire one right. Sometimes the bomb arrows are a little glitchy. Because if you notice right, bomb arrows aren't firing, but my count is going down still. Oh boy. There we go! Geez, took you long enough. It makes getting over here a little simpler if you can get the timing right. Bomb arrows are just kind of weird in the way they work. Oh, that is not a sword. You can tell it was really more of just a bonus thing they threw in rather than actually testing them working. And considering arrows don't appear in the Oracle games, they didn't really work out the bomb arrow mechanics in that. Anyway, we're done in Animal Village for now. Our next stop, although the entrance to the next dungeon is right above here, our next stop is actually back in Mabe Village. Because even though the magnifying glass is really the reward for the trade sequence, there is something better we can get. Well, as long as we're walking back through areas we've already seen before, why don't we talk about something? Like the new Super Smash Bros. I am so freaking excited for that game. I, of course, need a Wii U before I can play the console version, but I've got my 3DS handy. And let's think. Since we're playing a Zelda game, if you wouldn't mind replying to a question I asked, what changes to the Zelda franchise's roster in the new Smash Bros. Do you think there'll be? Personally, I think Toon Link might get removed, and Ganondorf and Zelda might be reworked, so they match Skyward Sword a little more. And plus, Ganondorf is in desperate need of his own movesets, after 2 games in a row of being a Captain Falcon clone of all things. Well, you weren't here before. I found a good item washed up on the beach. I'll trade it to you for what you have in your B-slip button. Well, we need our power bracelet. Well, we're gonna need everything else pretty much. But the shovel no longer has many uses. So we upgrade our shovel. And we get the Boomerang. Now, I know what you're thinking. That doesn't really seem like much. But the Boomerang in this game is amazing. It is more or less a long-range sword, and it is incredible. Bushes, enemies, nothing can stop it. Not even Octoroks. Not even Octoroks. This is the real prize for finishing the trade sequence. Magnifying lens? It's totally lame compared to this Boomerang. And it is by far my favorite weapon in this game. Other games' Boomerangs do not stand a chance. All they can do is stun things at the most. And defeat weaker enemies. But this little tool, like I said, is more or less a long-range sword. In fact... Go away, sword. I don't need you right now. Oh, I love you, Boomerang. Anyway. Now that we got that, I think we're good for heading over, finally, to the next dungeon. Because, like with Dungeon 2, there's not a lot of collecting to be done between dungeons here. Again, I just realized I forgot to tell a funny bomb arrow story. I was going to bring it up when I was using them in the cave, but I got distracted by the bomb arrows deciding not to work right. Anyway. Oh, Boomerang. Hey, we recognize this area, don't we? Owls. There are two shrines, one to the north and the other to the south. First, head south, where ancient ruins speak of the windfish. You will learn much there. Yeah, we're actually supposed to be here at this point. And yes, those fellows drop berries when you kill them with a boomerang. The godly boomerang. So yeah, funny bomb arrow story. When I first discovered the bomb arrows... Oh yeah, speaking of arrows. Arrows can kill Armos Knights. Anyway. Not Armos Knight, just Armos. Ah, who needs it? When I first discovered the bomb arrows, playing this on the original Game Boy, it was a lot of fun. It was a great little secret to discover. And, just as a goof, I fired off a bomb arrow directly at Marin. And as the arrow hit her and exploded, the battery died in my Game Boy and it shut off. So, it was like the game was punishing me for attacking Marin by turning off the game. It was the most perfectly timed coincidence ever. And I still remember to this day. Anyway. Remember how last time we were here I said there was really no point in going on? Well, there's a reason for that. Might want to lift these up first. Meet Armos Knight. Who is immune to everything except for the arrows. I actually hope I have enough to beat him. Oh my god, just enough. Wow. I probably should have checked my arrow count before coming in here. But yeah, if you decide to try and fight him before you have the bow and arrow, you're stuck in this room and there's nothing you can do. Nothing else can kill him. But anyway, other than perfect arrow victories, we've got ourselves the face key. And what do we have here? Seems to be a placard. To the finder, the Isle of Koholint is but an illusion. Human, monster, sea, sky, a scene on the lid of a sleeper's eye. Awake the dreamer, and Koholint will vanish, much like a bubble on a needle. Cast away, you should know the truth. What? Illusion? Oh, that's odd. Could Koholint really be an illusion? But we're here? I see you have read the relief. While it does say that the island is but a dream of the windfish, no one is really sure. Just as you cannot know if a chest holds treasure until you open it, so you cannot tell if this is a dream until you awaken. The only one who knows for sure is the windfish. Trust your feelings. Someday you will know for sure. Oh, that's a bit ominous. No arrows. Go away. Oh yeah, the boomerang can kill them too. See? Boomerangs are awesome. Takes 2 shots. I guess arrows are super effective against them. not talking about much again. Commentary. Smash Brothers. I believe I mentioned how I think Toon Link might get removed and Zelda and Ganondorf might get changed up. I didn't talk about new characters at the same time. One character from Zelda I really want to see in Smash Brothers is Vati from the Minish Cap and the Four Swords games. By this point, he's the second most used villain in the franchise. And I think they could do some interesting things with this character. He definitely deserves to be a playable character, I think. And plus, in place of Toon Link, he can represent the, Toon style of art. Moving on. We can barely see that there's a hole underneath this Armo statue. Oh, go away. Go away forever. See? We need to get in this staircase. Take that, fish. And we need to hookshot over there. Let me just check my inventory real quick to make sure I've got everything I needed. Magnifying glass, piece of heart, photo. Yeah, I think that's it. And the dog's barking. Let's try to get in this dungeon before I have to move my computer into another room to continue recording. That was perfectly timed. We unlock the entrance to the next dungeon. Welcome to level 6, the Face Shrine. Pretty short between episodes, between dungeon stretch there. Like I said, we did a lot of collecting that we needed to do to finish up the game in the last episode. And there really wasn't much to get between then and now. So, as usual, a quick break.